Junko Furuta, a name that resonates deeply within the hearts of many. A name forever etched in Japan's collective memory. A poignant reminder of a life cut tragically short. She has become a symbol of innocence lost and the darkest corners of human cruelty, a story that continues to haunt and inspire. Junko was just an ordinary girl with simple dreams. Like many others her age, she loved to laugh, to learn, and to spend time with her friends. At 17, her life was full of promise. She was a diligent student, always striving to do her best in school. She was a loving daughter, cherished by her family, and a loyal friend who was always there for those she cared about. With her whole life ahead of her, Junko had dreams of a bright future, filled with endless possibilities. Junko lived in Misato, a quiet suburb of Tokyo, where the streets were peaceful and the community close-knit. She lived with her parents and her younger brother. Life was good, filled with the warmth and love of her family. To support her studies and gain some independence, she had a part-time job. She was responsible and hard-working, always balancing her time between work and school. It was after work one day as she walked home that her life changed forever. The ordinary day turned into a nightmare, a moment that would alter the course of her life and the lives of those who knew her. The events that followed were unimaginable, a series of horrors that no one should ever have to endure. The community was left in shock, grappling with the reality of what had happened. The aftermath saw a nation seeking justice, a trial that would bring to light the depths of human cruelty and the strength of a community united in grief. Today, Junko's memory lives on, a beacon of hope and a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. Her story continues to be told, ensuring that she is never forgotten. As the sun rises over Tokyo, we remember Junko Furuta, a young girl whose life, though tragically short, has left an indelible mark on the world. November 25th, 1988. Junko was riding her bike home. It was late. 4 boys were lurking. They were classmates but much older. Their names were Hiroshi Miyano, Ogura, Shinji Minato, and Yasushi Watanabe. They were feared delinquents known for their brutality. That night, their paths crossed. Junko was in the wrong place at the wrong time. They grabbed her, forced her into a car. Her screams were swallowed by the night. That night, Junko's nightmare began. Junko was taken to a house, a nondescript house in a quiet neighborhood. It belonged to Minato's parents. There she was held captive. For 40 days and 40 nights, her captors were relentless. They subjected her to unimaginable horrors. They beat her, they raped her, they tortured her, they extinguished cigarettes on her skin, they inserted foreign objects into her body, they forced her to eat live cockroaches, they hung her from the ceiling and used her as a punching bag. Day after day, night after night, Junko's spirit was slowly crushed. As the days turned into weeks, Junko's suffering intensified. Her body was broken, her spirit was fading, yet she clung to life. She begged for mercy. Her pleas fell on deaf ears. Her captors were monsters, incapable of empathy. On January 4th, 1989, Junko's tormentors decided to end her life. They had grown tired of their game. They doused her with lighter fluid, set her ablaze. Junko's agony was finally over. Her young life extinguished, stolen too soon. Justice, but at what cost? A nation's outrage. Junko's charred body was found in a drum, abandoned in a landfill. The discovery sent shockwaves through Japan. The brutality of the crime, the young age of the victim, the callousness of the perpetrators. It was a crime that shook Japan to its core. The trial was a media frenzy. The nation watched in horror as the details of Junko's ordeal unfolded. The perpetrators showed no remorse. Their sentences were lenient. A travesty of justice, many argued. The public was outraged. The shadows linger scars on society's soul. Junko's murder was a turning point for Japan. It forced the country to confront its dark underbelly. The case exposed the shortcomings of the justice system. It sparked a debate about juvenile delinquency and the effectiveness of rehabilitation programs. Junko's story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of innocence and the potential for evil that lurks within humanity. Her death left an indelible mark on Japanese society. Echoes in the silence, Junko's legacy. In the aftermath of the tragedy, Junko's parents became advocates for justice reform. They fought tirelessly to change the juvenile law, to ensure that such a heinous crime would never be repeated. Their efforts led to stricter penalties for juvenile offenders. Junko's story continues to resonate with people around the world. Her suffering serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of bullying, of the importance of speaking out against injustice, and the need for compassion and empathy in a world often devoid of both. The pain of losing a child is immeasurable. It is a wound that never truly heals, a void that can never be filled. For any parent, the loss of a child is a nightmare that they hope to never face. The grief is profound, and the sorrow is endless. But for Junko's mother, the agony was compounded by the horrific nature of her daughter's death. Junko Furuta's life was brutally taken from her in a manner that is beyond comprehension. The details of her suffering are too harrowing to recount, and the trauma inflicted upon her family is unimaginable. She had to endure the unimaginable details of her daughter's suffering. Each day in court, she was confronted with the brutal reality of what Junko endured. The courtroom became a place of torment, where the truth of her daughter's final days was laid bare for all to see. The knowledge that her daughter's killers received lenient sentences added salt to the wound. It was a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that those responsible for such a heinous crime would not face the full measure of justice. The legal system, which should have been a source of solace, instead became a source of further pain. Despite her grief, Junko's mother found the strength to speak out. She stood before the media, her voice trembling but resolute, determined to ensure that her daughter's story would not be forgotten. Her courage in the face of such overwhelming sorrow was nothing short of remarkable. To demand justice for her daughter, she called for changes in the legal system, for harsher penalties for those who commit such atrocities, and for greater support for victims' families. Her voice became a rallying cry for others who had suffered similar losses, to ensure that her daughter's death would not be in vain. Memorials and vigils were held in Junko's honor, as the community came together to remember her and to support her family. These acts of solidarity provided some comfort, but the pain of her loss remained ever present. Her courage and resilience in the face of unimaginable adversity serve as an inspiration to us all. Junko's mother's unwavering determination to seek justice and her ability to find strength in the darkest of times remind us of the power of the human spirit. Her story is a testament to the enduring love of a mother and the unbreakable bond between parent and child. Junko's case sparked a national debate about Japan's juvenile law. The law, designed to protect and rehabilitate young offenders, was seen by many as too lenient. The perpetrators in Junko's case were tried as minors. Despite the severity of their crimes, they received relatively light sentences. The public outcry over the lenient sentences forced lawmakers to re-examine the juvenile justice system. In 2000, Japan lowered the age of criminal responsibility from 16 to 14. This landmark decision reflected a growing societal belief that young offenders should be held accountable for their actions. Over 3 decades have passed since Junko's death, yet the scars of that tragedy remain. The perpetrators have been released from prison, but their crimes continue to haunt the nation. Many questions remain unanswered. Why was Junko targeted? How could such cruelty be inflicted upon another human being? Can true justice ever be served in such a case? These are questions that continue to plague those who remember Junko. Questions that serve as a reminder of the dark side of human nature. Junko Furuta's story is a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Her tragic tale is one that echoes through the corridors of time, a haunting reminder of the depths of human cruelty. Yet it also serves as a beacon, illuminating the path towards compassion and empathy, of the potential for darkness that exists within us all. This darkness, lurking in the shadows, can manifest in the most unexpected ways, challenging our very understanding of humanity. It is a call to introspection, urging us to confront and overcome our inner demons, but it is also a story of resilience. Junko's spirit, though tested beyond measure, remained unbroken. Her courage in the face of such adversity is a testament to the strength that lies within each of us. It is a reminder that even in our darkest hours we can find the light, of the enduring power of the human spirit. This power, often underestimated, has the capacity to heal, to inspire, and to bring about change. It is a force that can unite us, driving us to build a better, more compassionate world. Junko's memory serves as a call to action. It is a plea for humanity to rise above its basest instincts, to strive for a world where kindness and justice prevail. Her story is not just a tale of sorrow, but a rallying cry for change. Let us honor her memory by fighting against injustice, by standing up against the forces that seek to divide and destroy, by advocating for those who cannot speak for themselves, and by ensuring that their voices are heard, by standing up for the vulnerable, those who are often overlooked, marginalized, and forgotten. It is our duty to protect and uplift them, to ensure that they are treated with the dignity and respect they deserve, by creating a world where such atrocities are unthinkable, a world where love and compassion are the guiding principles. Let us remember Junko, not just as a victim, but as a symbol of hope and resilience, not just for her suffering, but for the lessons her story imparts, lessons of strength, courage, and the unyielding human spirit. Her legacy is one that calls us to be better, to do better, but for the strength and resilience she embodied. Her smile, her spirit, and her memory continue to inspire us to this day. They remind us of the beauty and strength that can emerge even from the darkest of times, even in the face of unimaginable evil. Junko's story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, a call to action, and a plea for humanity to rise above its darkest impulses. Let us honor her by striving for a world where such tragedies are a thing of the past.